All right. So we're actually going to, I might have to end up closing that. We're actually going to start in a seated position, and we're going to be here for a few minutes. So I'm really going to encourage you, if you need to sit on a block or put a pillow under your sitting bones to kind of tilt the pelvis, that's what we're looking for. It's like the number one thing. Like, it always starts in the pelvis. Your back, your knees, everything starts with the tilt of the pelvis. And so if you want to sit comfortably and not have compression on the lower back, that really helps a lot. So I'm going to take my own advice here. You can have your heels lined up in Siddhasana, or you can just have them crossed. It doesn't matter. But notice kind of, sit back on your block like you would sit in a chair, and notice how you're tucking, right? And the shoulders are coming forward, and then roll on the sitting bones, roll forward, and notice how that tilts the pelvis. And then your spine just lines up the way it should. I love that shirt. You guys can't see the shirt, but it's very pretty. So go ahead and just put your hands on your lap. We're going to take a mudra in a moment, but I want you to just start by taking a few breaths and close the eyes. Start to shut off the sensory of vision and start to turn your senses inward into what's happening with the body. If this is the only few minutes you've taken today to be still and to breathe, then you have won. And the mudra that we're going to take is going to line up with the pranayama exercise that we're going to do. So it's the Buddhi Mudra, or Mudra, Buddhi Mudra, Buddhi Mudra, not the Buddhi Mudra, Buddhi Mudra. Yes, the Buddhi Mudra. So this has to do with mental clarity, intuitiveness, just being very clear on things right now, which we're focusing on this week, and getting into this last quarter of the year. I'm going to really focus on that with you guys. How we do this mudra is you take your pinky to your thumb, and all a mudra is a seal. It's a seal of our energy. It could be relaxing. It is said that we have the world at our fingertips, literally. Each one of the fingers is a planet and all of this stuff. So energetically, there, it goes a lot deeper. But we can just look at it as a seal, right? We're not letting our prana, our energy, just kind of spill out everywhere. We're keeping it flowing. And then the three fingers that are left are going to be straight. And we've kind of talked before about mudras where, the fingers are not really loosey-goosey. They're actively pointing down. Yes. And so there is a breath that goes along with this, and it's called the prana vayu. Now, the vayus are kind of along the lines of the other energetic stuff that's going on with our body. The chakras, which are, energetic wheels in the body. The vayus are the different areas of the body. Vayu means wind. Basically, breath in different parts of the body can benefit you in different ways. So we're going to focus on the prana vayu, which lifts us up in the heart and in the mind. So again, that intuitive part of you, we're going to really just bring oxygen to those areas. So take your mudra, get nice and tall. And when you breathe in, focus on filling the heart area with air, lifting you up through the crown of the head. And then exhale, and everything just softens together. And feel this breath actually literally lifting you. And feel expansion through the whole upper half of your body. Your heart area, your third eye. And what we're looking to do is use these more evolved spiritual areas of the body efficiently, emotionally, energetically. Now that you've taken a few breaths in the upper half of the body, see if when you inhale and lift, expand and lift, that you can keep that expansion and lift, and then exhale without collapsing. Do that each time until you can't go any further. You can't get any taller. Your rib cage cannot get any more expansive. And then soften the muscles in the face. We're going to take 3 more breaths here, nice and slow. And then go ahead and blink the eyes open. You can release your mudra. And lift up your bum to remove the block. Do we feel more clear about life now? I do, and I'm here with you guys. All right, bring the legs forward. We're going to do a lot of heart expanding postures today, and I'm going to ask you to tap into that pranavayu, breathing from the upper half of the body. So take the right leg back, best you can, and then separate the knees as far as you can. And for you, you can separate the legs, and then you're going to work on bringing the foot towards the body, right? Okay. You can even wrap the body towards the left leg. Inhale, get really tall. Flexing the foot. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Shoulders stay back. Now, see if you can bring your left forearm to the inside of the leg. If the left forearm does not go all the way to the ground, you're going to put it on a block. If it does go all the way to the ground, you're going to start to bring it to where you're grabbing the leg, okay? I'm going to stay right here because this is where I am right now. And then you're going to inhale and bring the right arm up. Rotating the right shoulder back. Exhale, reach. Coming into a lateral stretch here. Eventually, you're going to keep rotating the chest open, going down. Rotate open, going down. Maybe you get close to your toes and maybe you don't. You're going to use your forearm to press into the leg to help rotate the chest open. And we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the right leg forward and the left leg back. Separate the knees as far as you can. Tuck this thigh under. Your left sitting bone is going to be up most likely. All right, so first, all your guts, everything facing over the leg. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, fold. Remember to keep the foot flexed and press the back of the leg into the ground as you pull the shoulders back. And now go ahead and bring the forearm to the inside of the leg. Maybe it goes to the ground, maybe it doesn't. Inhale the left arm up. Rotate the shoulder back. Exhale, reach. So you are in a twist, a lateral stretch, a forward fold, the whole shebang. Keep rotating open and reaching. See what happens here when you activate the bandhas also. Lifting the pelvic floor, lifting the navel in and up. Next exhale, go ahead and lift back up. Bring the legs forward, and then you're just gonna swing them back and come into child's pose. So toes together, knees apart. Walk the hands forward and drop the forehead to the mat. And think here about Pranavayu. See how it extends the upper half of your body forward. And remember when we're talking about, like the heart area, the heart chakra, not just the health of the muscle itself, but our heart energetically. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are mean to people and need to love other people more. A lot of the times it is how we feel about ourselves. Breath equals life force. And we want to bring as much life force into that area as possible. Let's take 3 more long, deep breaths here. And then you're going to lift off the sitting bones and walk the hands even further forward to come into puppy. So puppy is trying to get your chest as close to the floor as possible without smashing your face. Good luck. Just kidding. when your instructor just says good luck. But really, this is a heart opener in a different direction. We might not be in a back bend right now, but your back is in a back bend right now. And use the breath to expand the upper half of the body once again. So at the same time, you're going to inhale, lift the head, and walk the hands towards the body for support. Grab your block and strap. And there's a reason why I'm such a huge believer in energetically moving the breath through the body. There's when you have trauma in your life, or even just your heart is hurting from something sad that happens, our body feels it and it reacts. Usually we start doing this, start rounding or protecting the heart in some way, so that breath forces you to be open. Whatever the body's doing, the mind is doing. Definitely not complaining about the sun, but it's in my eyes. Okay, so we are going to take our block and put it under our right sitting bone. And the left leg is going to come back. Right leg comes forward. So we're in Triang Mukha Ekapada posture. You're on the right side, right? Yes. So, yep, have your block like this instead of like that, just to make sure. And I think yours is right. Okay. We're going to take the strap around the foot. I don't know why I made this loop. We don't need the loop yet. So unloop it. It doesn't matter. You can actually have the loop. It really doesn't matter. Put the strap around the ball mount of the big toe or the ball of the foot. Focus here, heart is lifted and we're leading with the heart. You might not go as far, that's okay. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, let your breath lead you forward. And how can you tell that you've gone too far? Well, take your fingers really quick and feel your lower spine. If those vertebrae are sticking out in your lower back, like L4, L5, then you're in too much flexion. So back up a little bit. And then re-stack the inner edges of the shoulder blades. You can have your elbows bent here, totally fine. Use the Pranavayu to help you get taller. So inhale, lift up. Keep the length as you exhale. Now grab your hands further down on the strap. You can bend the knee. We're coming into Crouchasana here. We're gonna bring the leg up, shoulders back. If you can go further and keep the integrity of the spine, go further. You're good. You could probably grab the foot, yeah? Or if you don't have to, but engage the abdominals and see if you can bring yourself closer together and shoulders further back. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, bring that foot down. Get your block, put it on the other side. Left leg is coming forward, right leg is gonna stay back. You know what's so funny? I used props so much, I did not even know that this was a real pose without props. I didn't know that you actually did it without props. I always did it with a strap and a block. And each time I did, I was like, oh my gosh, my leg is so tight. And then one day you just do it without the props, right? And then you can change your mind whenever you want. All right, so use the breath, get tall. Exhale, keep pushing the left groin back as you bring the torso forward. And then use your fingers again, feel your lower spine. Even round the back a lot so you can see what I'm talking about. You're not going to have that divot there, but it should be flat. No bones sticking out. And then you're pressing through the ball mount of the big toe. Use your breath, see if you can go a little bit deeper. Get tall. Exhale, hinge, leading with the heart. Now go ahead and grab the strap a little bit further down. Bend the knee, bring it up to Crouchasana. And as you're doing this, retract the shoulders back. Keep flexing the foot. Your quadriceps have no choice but to engage here. So they're working whether you like it or not. Go ahead and exhale, bring it down. Block is off to the side. So I'm gonna face this way. The reason I have this over here, it would be so much better if it were over here, but I seem to get better internet reception on this side. So it's where it's gonna be. All right, let's do our Betalasana. You guys know the drill for this one. Lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. Don't crunch the back of the neck. Exhale, round the back, arch, drop the head. Also a really important posture for the upper body. I mean, you're literally like working the lungs and getting gunk out of the lungs, you know? It's good for allergies. It's also good for fires. No laughing matter for sure. Although thank goodness we got the snow. Let's do 2 more rounds and we'll meet with a flat back. Okay, right leg forward, coming into a lunge. Oh, I forgot a rubber band today too, it's so annoying. So we're gonna shift our hips forward. And then if your block is nearby, grab it. You might need it for this one. We're gonna put it on the outside of the right foot. You can shift it depending on your anatomy later. You might not need it, but just in case. Our right hand is gonna go onto the block. We're gonna inhale the left arm up and then exhale, lean to the right. So we're coming in a side bend here with the lunge. Just really manipulating the body in different directions here, but minimal movement, right? It's pretty neat. And then exhale, bring that hand down, make your block a little bit taller and move it a little further away from you. I don't know if you can see it through here. And then your right hand will go here and we're gonna come up and come into a twist. If you're fine here, if your legs are strong enough and you don't need the block, you can put your right hand behind you and just keep moving the right arm back, right shoulder back. Exhale, look down at your foot, bring the hands down and come back to hands and knees. Move your block to the left side. Bring the left leg forward. Shift the hips forward and shoulders back. Good. So if your hand can go to the floor, mine cannot. So I need my block. Because I can, but I'm definitely compromising my chest being forward, right? And we're trying to keep the heart open here today. So I'm actually gonna even go to the medium setting. Inhale the right arm up and then exhale, lean to the left. Golly, I think I need, I need it on the tall one today. Notice what's happening with your front foot. I'm gonna just get really crazy with the alignment. That's what we're here for. And so use your breath, the pranavayu, to get tall. I have some compression on my lower left side. If you guys do too, use your breath to create space there, wherever you might be feeling compression. Bring the right hand down. Adjust your block. Inhale, come up. Right hand comes to the outside of the leg. If you don't need this for stability, left hand behind you. One more breath here. Exhale, look down. Bring your hands down and come into downward facing dog. So curl the toes under, hips up and back. Pedal the feet out. Okay, so we're gonna go into a little bit of a flow here. All right, it's gonna be plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, back to down dog. You've done this before. Just normally we start at standing up. And typically we don't stop at plank, but we are stopping at plank. What I want you to do when you're coming into that upward facing dog, and I'll do the first round with you, I want you to use that pranavayu, that breath, to help you lift up, okay? So here we are in down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shift forward to plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower chaturanga. I don't care if you go all the way down here. It makes no difference to me right now. Uncurl the toes. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Pranavayu here. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Doing that one more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Stay here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Good. Lengthen through the tailbone. 4, 5. Shift to plank. Lower chaturanga. Come all the way down. Good. More back bends here. Hey, listen. Jesse, is it sunny by you? Give me a thumbs up if it's okay. Well, be careful later. Okay, if you get emotional, just make sure you are aware. We're doing lots of heart opening right now. It's better when it's sunny out for the mood, but okay. Hands to lower ribs, elbows back. Feet are hip width apart. Legs are already active. Your knees shouldn't even be touching the ground. The glutes are activated, pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Lift up. Use your breath to lift you. 1, 2, 3. Lower. Just keep your forehead on the mat. Move your hands to the edges of the mat. Re-engage the legs. And pranavayu here. Inhale. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Lower. Bring your fingertips to the outer edges of the mat. And this last time lifting, think about, like literally think about your heart shining forward, okay? Ready? Here we go. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3. Lower. Bring your hands back to your lower ribs. Shift to hands and knees, and then come back into child's pose. The best thing I could think about there was like Care Bears, you know, when they're shining their power forward. Find your breath here, release the lower back. Inhale, come back to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, come up to downward facing dog. And then we're gonna inhale, look up and step forward. I'll meet you in Tadasana. Yes. All right, I'm not staring at your, like, I'm always just looking at body parts, so. I just saw you like, I didn't even notice that part. Okay, come into Tadasana. Like, give me your best Tadasana right now. Inner edges of the feet parallel, toes can be touching or whatever, depends on your body. Lift the arches, lift the knees. Pranavayu, lift the heart. Lift through the crown of the head, keep that lift and exhale. So when you're inhaling, here, standing, you can feel it better. The whole rib cage is expanding as you inhale and lift. And you keep that expansion and lift as you exhale. Soften the muscles in the face. Go ahead and open the eyes. Palms facing up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Keep the shoulders retracted back. So you're basically just rotating on that ball and socket in your shoulders. Ooh, I actually have some tightness in my shoulder today. You can really feel when your arm stops you. Yeah. Do you guys feel that? You're still all the way up though. Yeah, but you feel it. Yeah. Even here, soften back a little bit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back into chair pose. Keep the arms lifted and the fingers reaching as the weight is in the back of the body and knees are together for stabilization. Next, exhale, fold forward. Staying here for one breath. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, back to chair. See if we can keep the integrity of this posture after round 2 and round 3. Good. Feet can come together too, but as long as those knees are stable. Next, exhale, fold. Take a breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back to chair. Last time, I promise. 3 breaths here. Make it the best 3 breaths of your day and use Pranavayu to reach up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, let's bring the right leg back for warrior 1. You guys are pretty comfortable with this pose. I'm not going to go into detail about it. We're going to spend more time in half moon Ardha Chandrasana today and Parivritta Ardha Chandrasana, which is revolved half moon. So for warrior 1, I might slip. We'll look at your guys'. Try not to slip. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open up the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. Remember the Care Bear, light shining or your heart shining forward. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Bring your hands together. Right leg forward, left leg back. I'm just gonna have to turn sideways. Bend that front knee, press the outer edge of the back foot. Bring your arms up. Reach up, exhale, open. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Tell yourself here's something that your heart needs to hear. You're open. You're open to something, whatever that is for you personally. Open to healing, open to loving. Bring your hands together. Come back to Tadasana. All right. So I want you to grab your block. John and Jesse, do you guys have a wall nearby? Or a couch or something?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because what we're going to do, and then you can use whatever wall you want. I'm going to use this one because what we're going to do is actually have our foot on the wall behind us today. All right. I can feel the love right now through the screen and in the room. No, seriously, I'm feeling it. All that oxygen going to my brain. Okay, let's start with the left leg back. Okay, we're not coming all the way down yet, but I need you to see that your foot can be flat on the wall behind you. If you're in the right spot, it might feel like you're gonna tip forward. Good. All right, once you're there, keep the left arm behind you, right leg back. We're keeping a micro bend in the front knee. Your block is in your right hand. You're gonna reach forward, come back. Just preparing the brain. Forward, come back. Rock forward one last time. Bring the block all the way down and the left leg up behind you. The block is there for support, not for a crutch. The wall is there also for support, so you can feel that your leg is parallel to the ground. We are not in half moon yet. Rotate the hip open. So now your toes are pointing away from you. And then you can bring the left arm up if you want, not required. See if you can take 2 more breaths here. Keep a micro bend in that standing knee. Thighs are working overtime. And go ahead and bend the standing knee. Bring both feet together. Inhale, come up. That's good, right? All right, we're gonna do the other leg and then we'll do revolved. Otherwise, we're gonna feel like our ankles are gonna break off. So right leg back, block in the left hand. Your leg shouldn't be that much different length. You should be okay as long as you didn't move your feet. Right arm behind you. And we're gonna rock back and forth. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward, bending that front knee. Exhale all the way down. Lift the back leg, flat on the wall first, and then rotate open. Keep just a micro bend in the standing knee. The muscles need to work here. If you want to bring the right arm up, you can. Keep pressing your heel into the wall and reaching out through the crown of the head. Take one more breath. Ah, beautiful. Bend the standing knee, bring the right leg down, and come back to standing. How'd it feel? It feels so good to have a little bit of support in a pose like that. You don't have to worry as much of balancing. That looks great. Revolved is gonna look like this. So you'll notice that when we're doing the half moon, our hips are rotated open. When we're doing warrior 1, our hips are rotated in, right? Warrior 3, hips are rotated in. So half moon is a lot like warrior 1. Opposite arm, the toes are going to be pointing down and you're rotating the middle of the spine. Okay. So it's going to be the same arm, but different. Left leg comes back. So we're opposite arm, opposite leg. Right leg is forward and we're holding the block in the left arm. Yep, right leg can come down. Let's just go ahead and go all the way down. Keep a bend in the knee. I don't want you to lock your knee out to come forward. Bend the knee, block comes down, lift the left leg. And then from the middle of the spine, rotate. Use the Pranavayu. And then right fingertips up. Good. See if you can activate that back leg. Or stay where you are, which is good. Take one more breath. And then bend the standing knee. Untwist yourself and come back to Tadasana. Good. It's a really difficult pose. I mean, regular half moon is difficult. The block helps. And honestly, you can stack up 10 blocks if you need. You want 2 blocks, have 2 blocks. I have not great mobility in the rotation of my spine. So these revolved postures like triangle and half moon are really difficult for me. So I like the blocks. Block is in the right hand and the right leg goes back, left leg forward. Left hand behind the back, keep the knee bent. Come back to standing. I don't think. Yep. Yes, you're good. Don't do that to yourself. Block comes down, leg comes up. Rotate the spine. If your hamstrings are super tight, you're not going far. Here's the other thing. My half moon today is on this side is just like this. I'm not rotating today. Take 3 breaths wherever you are. And then untwist, bend the standing knee, feet together. Come back to Tadasana. That's intense on the legs, right, Jesse? You're like, woo. All right, separate the feet. We're coming down into a squat. You can always sit on your block. No biggie. Heels can be lifted. Shoulders are back. I'm going to give you two options today because both are heart openers. You can either take the left hand down to twist open, or you can take that left hand and bind. Left arm goes behind and then you grab the right. Both are heart openers, so you decide. If you're doing the bind, yep, left thumb goes down, good. Yep, you got it. So dang close. You got it, so there. And keep rotating the chest open, Jesse. Okay, good, much as you can. And then go ahead and release, other side. Right hand is down or you're binding. Left hand either goes up or behind you. Are you closer on this side? Woo. And go ahead and release. Bring your hands behind you. We're going to come down to our knees. Did you get the bind on both sides, Jesse? Nice. That's like such a new thing for you. You're like, I'm going for the bind. I'm not doing no twist, doing the bind. Okay, Ustrasana or camel pose. I'm gonna have you use your blocks. If you have two blocks, use two of them. So you're gonna have the block, yep, between the ankles, not skinny. You need it to be wide because you need it to fit both of your hands. Bring your hands to your lower back. And for some of us, me included, you're probably just gonna be opening your heart and pushing the hips forward. It's like a slight reach of the spine up and back. Keep the back of the neck long. Some of you might bring your hands down to the block. Keep pushing the hips forward. I'm not even doing it. Just keep opening the heart. Use the Pranavayu to open. Good. Keep the back of the neck long. Take one more breath. And then sit your hips back to come back to a safe position. And we're only doing that one time. Move your block, lay down on your back. Actually, don't go on your back yet. Let's do a forward fold first. So Paschimottanasana. Take a breath with your spine neutral, and then either grab your strap around the feet or just fold forward. A big trick about this pose and any forward fold is that you really have to concave the belly and do that Pranavayu breath to actually come forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, round the back and drop the head. Keep pressing the elbows down and the shoulders back. And even here, notice if you're expanding the rib cage, as you exhale, you should be able to find a little bit more space to fold forward. And keep the shoulders back. Inhale, come all the way up. What was that? Oh, that's so funny. We're gonna do seated eagle, okay? Just do the best you can here. Right leg is bent. If your left leg does not do what you want it to do, then just keep it on a block in front of your body. Can you guys see that? Yeah, because I would like you to find some kind of stretch in the outer hip here. So that might mean over here even. Good? All right. Bring the arms at a 90-degree angle. Bring the right arm over the left and wrap, or keep the hands together, or give yourself a hug. We're gonna inhale and exhale 3 times here. So inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, round the back and come forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Last time, inhale up and back. Exhale, come back to center. Other side. Left leg down, right leg on top. Once your knees are stacked, once you get to that point, you walk your feet out so they're like, then it'll really be special. Bring your arms up, 90-degree angle, left over right this time. Wrap them up, and as you're wrapping them up, keep drawing the inner edges of the shoulder blades back. I'm gonna go with the hug again. Inhale up and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Use the breath to reach you up. Exhale down. Inhale, last time. Exhale back to center and release. Now lie down on your back. Oh, let's take a breather here. If you want to bring your knees up to the chest one at a time, go ahead and do that, and then rock left to right. Bring your awareness to the lower back as you do this and release the muscles. It's like you're squishing them. And if you really let go of the spine, you might get a little cracking in your vertebra. All right, feet down, left leg over right. Drop your knees to the right and either stay here, come into goddess arms, either stay here with the legs, or you can reach down and grab that bottom foot. Important thing here is you try to get your hips as stacked as possible. If you need to use your right hand to put some pressure on the top of your left leg, that's fine too. And then try to keep the left shoulder heavy. We're gonna stay here for 3 more breaths. And then exhale, knees up to the ceiling, uncross. Bring the right over the left, and then drop to the left. Maybe grab the bottom foot, maybe not. Next exhale, go ahead and release. Uncross the legs and then straighten the legs. We're gonna do one more thing really quickly. We're gonna do supine tree. So the left leg is gonna stay straight and then the right knee will bend. Bring your heel as close to the body as possible. and then drop that right knee out to the side. Bring your arms up overhead, and you can grab elbows here. You can have your hands together. You can just have them separated, whatever feels good here for the arms and the shoulders. And you might notice that your right buttocks wants to activate. Let it. And this way it'll keep the left hip pressing down and keeping the hips open. And if you're not feeling that sensation, that's fine. Take one more breath. Exhale, bring the right knee in, straighten the leg, bend the left knee, and then drop that knee out to the left. You can keep your arms exactly the same, or you can change them, or you can bring them down. Just find your regular passive breathing here, engaging the belly and the chest, just full breaths. Next exhale, go ahead and bring that knee back up towards the ceiling, straighten the leg, reach the arms overhead if they're not already, and take a long stretch. Point the toes, flex the feet, circle the ankles, circle the wrists, maybe even take a big yawn. And we'll come into Shavasana from here. So if you want to get a blanket, if you want to put something under the knees. And now you surrender. Using this as an opportunity to release. To help your body let go on a deeper level. Bring your awareness to the muscles in the face. Feeling the eyeballs just drop to the back of the head. Feel the lips soften and the teeth separate just a little bit. Releasing the jaw. Soften the throat, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Feel as though your arms are sinking right into the floor. Allow the muscles in the back to release and to spread onto the mat, completely softening. Feel that release down into the legs, as if the legs are sinking right into the floor. Know that I will keep time for you and hold space for you. And if your mind begins to wander, don't scold it. Just see if you can begin to pay attention to the spaces that are in between any thoughts, the empty space, the blank space. And know that you can always return back to the breath as you give yourself this gift of relaxation.